Meantime, America votes in Arizona and 4 other states. People are heading to the polls to cast their ballot for who should be the presidential candidate in the different parties, even though it's already decided. This is one of the biggest issues this cycle. It's immigration, and it's top of mind for so many following a Supreme Court ruling today. We've got team coverage tonight on the election and on that immigration decision. We start with Ben Brown, who's been checking out the polling stations for us today. And Ben, we know the outcome here, but that really hasn't stopped people from showing up and voting.
Katie, many I spoke with said they wanted to take part in the democratic process and exercise their right to vote.
It's part of the process. It's part of what we do here in America.
Despite a rematch between former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden all but set, voters are still making their way to the polls.
I feel like you either get to vote for Donald Trump or somebody who's dropped out. But at least I cast my ballot. I mean, I'm not going to not vote. I mean, there's too many people who don't get to vote, and I get to.
Although in-person turnout is not expected to be as high as previous elections.
It's been pretty comparatively mild so far today in terms of people showing up and voting in person. Look, 17,000 people is still a lot of people showing up and voting in person, but compared to, when it's a heavily contested election, I think we would have been seeing more.
But those who did cast a ballot today said the process was simple and easy.
She checked both sides, my signature. She said I did it just right, and I dropped it in the slot, and I said, "You gonna make sure my vote is safe?" She said yes, and she gave me my little tracking number, and I walked out.
I think Election Day is really special, just for the entire country and just as a citizen. So I like coming out and seeing everyone dropping off my ballot.
Today's election is a closed primary, meaning only registered Democrats and Republicans can participate. We talked to voters across the valley. Immigration and the economy were top of mind.
I want to have good opportunities to put food on my table for my family. I have a daughter, she's 1. I want those opportunities to continue for her as well, too.
It's a strange mix between the kind of what's going on, especially on our southern border here in Arizona. Some things, I have some friends within the LGBTQ community and all that. So it's how do you find the balance that aligns to yourself the most?
The polls opened at 6 a.m. They'll close at 7 p.m. We expect the first drop results around 8 p.m. That's going to be those early mail-in ballots representing roughly 75% of the total vote here. And we're just learning that Trump won Florida and then Trump and Biden both won in Ohio. So reporting live in Phoenix, Ben Brown, ABC 15 Arizona.